just a little sip of coffee. Welcome to our world on YouTube. You have arrived, you're in the right place. This is the place that you need to be. Thank you. A passage that used to bother me a lot doesn't bother me anymore, because I think I understand it a little bit more. Remember the passage in Luke 14, verse 25 through 35? You remember the passage, the cost of disciple. What does it mean to be a disciple? What does it mean to be a follower of Jesus Christ? And then the passage talks about hating your father, your mother, your brothers, your sisters, and even your own life. And I read that and said, Lord, you don't want me to hate my mom and dad. You don't really. You told me to honor my parents. So what does that mean? You don't want me to hate my brother and sister. You told me to love my neighbor as myself. You don't want me to hate people. What the passage is speaking about, and I'll just briefly, because we don't 5 minutes is not a lot of time to get into this. But briefly, Jesus is talking about unreserved commitment. Luke 14, verse 27. Bear your cross. Come after me. Follow me. Else you can't be my disciple. Number 2. Unrestrained sacrifice. Luke 14, 33. We gotta die to ourselves to live for Jesus. And not number 3. Unrestrained sacrifices. And a follower of Jesus is a witness. Now, I'm asked all the time, Brother Jack, how do you witness? I don't know all the answers to that question. But I know you can tell folks in the world what Jesus means to you. You don't have to be a theologian. You don't have to be an expert. You remember Jesus in John chapter 4 when he met the woman at the well? He sat down, he didn't discuss water pollution with her. He said, I want to talk to you about living water. That if you would take it, it would gush up within you. Living water would result in eternal life. Didn't say, let's talk about water pollution. Let's talk about this or that or the other. He talked about the living water. Salvation. And she was the means to win a bunch of Samaritans who come back to hear Jesus. When Jesus in John chapter 3 was having a discussion with Nicodemus, a religious man, a Jew, a ruler in the Jews, he didn't discuss the political situation in Palestine. He didn't say, let's talk about this conflict we have between Jews and Palestinians. He said to him, you need to be born again. You remember the day he counseled with the rich young ruler? The young man was prosperous. The young man was a great young man. But Jesus didn't discuss with him economics. Jesus told him, let me tell you how to find true riches in heaven. When he came in contact with the little guy who scurried up the tree, Zacchaeus, the tax collector, he didn't discuss tax reform or tax breaks. He brought salvation to his household. He was always witnessing, no matter what he'd done. He was always the bringer of good news. It's important that the hungry be fed. It's important that the naked be clothed. It's important that the homeless be housed. It's important that the sick be healed. It's important that the illiterate be taught to read. But it's imperative that the lost be saved. It's a matter of eternity. Are you right with God? Are you in a right relationship with Jesus Christ? What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world? He's a millionaire. Look at him. He's a millionaire. What does it profit if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? How do you witness? I don't know. How do you bring lost people? I don't know all the answers. But I can tell you, I am so grateful. And I can tell others how God has forgiven me for all my sins. I've been redeemed. I've been cleansed. I've been washed by the blood of the Lamb. I've been purified. I have a righteousness, not of my own, but I've been clothed with the righteousness of Jesus Christ. And I'm at peace because I've been cleansed. I'm saved. I'm right with God. It's so important you get things right in the right order. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all the rest will fall into place. I want you to know, and I want you to believe it. We love you. We're not here. It's not a popularity contest. We're not competing with anyone else. We're not interested in competing with any other churches or any other video programs. We're here because we love you. We love you, and we want to be your friend. And we want to grow with you, and I want to be in heaven with you. May God bless you and keep you.